Ladies and gents, welcome to UX and this is how to survive every apex predator. But good enough. Yeah, good enough is an awesome channel. I love this. I still remember I watched that predator video, like I don't know, leopard attacks or something, top 10 cat attacks or whatever you don't call it. All of them were Indians. And I realized there was a hunter, a British hunter that people called in. This was British Raj time where it was under British rule. They called on to this guy. People were going home scared. These hut type homes scared every night because this killer cat, leopard, tiger, literally, like digging inside people's home and like killing them and eating them. This is in India long ago. Holy shit, can you process that? Sit there and process that shit. And there was a guy that called upon, just like play cowboy music in the background or something, comes and hunted these cats. So many times that they have an entire zoo named after him. I didn't even know that. One day I'm gonna visit that shit. Probably like videograph it and put it on YouTube. That is one of my bucket list right now. Not bucket list, like it's very close to me. Like the bucket list can't be that easy, but it's one thing I want to do. So this is going to be another like how to survive apex attacks. Hundreds of attacks, thousands of attacks from this to that. Oh, let's watch one.
Let's start with the ones that are least likely to attack and slowly work our way towards the most aggressive ones on the list. Number 17, eagles. There has only been one eagle attack on a human in recent history, but one is one too many, so we simply can't risk it. Obviously, as of right now,
one you know of, maybe in jungles, like claws, like they're raptors, right? Raptor claws.
You wouldn't stand a chance against any apex predator. But by the end of this video, you will have the knowledge to not only defend yourself, but also come out victorious every single time.
Your boy can attack? Probably not.
After all, knowing is half the battle, and the other half is pure luck. Let's
Science.
begin. You have entered a 1v1 against an eagle. Now, assuming you're not a small child or a little person, you won't have to worry about being carried away to its nest. First off, you will need to cover your head and face, as eagles are known to only attack this area. So use your shirt, backpack, or whatever you have to shield this weak spot without covering your eyes, as you will be gambling them for a chance to see when the eagle approaches. As it sweeps down to attack, cover up, as it will more than likely impale you with its 4-inch talons, falling right into your trap. This will be your chance to grab a hold of it, tightly securing its body with one hand and its head and beak with the other. Now, of course, whether you follow up the body lock with a slam is totally up to you. Number 6.
German suplex. I was about to say, fuck eagle, man. I'm not scared of no eagle. I'll just grab it and slam it. Then I realize, yeah, it will come at me full speed and with that claws can literally rip my artery. I'm dead in few seconds. Humans are insanely fragile. Like I can fuck up humans if like I have to defend myself. I know shit. I can defend. I know how to punch. How trained. Right? It's like one of those silly things. Like I wanted to train. Like I know how to throw punch. I've done some boxing here and there. Some light MMA here and there. But an eagle probably will kill me if I don't defend myself. And this eagle, they have hollow bones and everything. They're like barely. I can just literally slam them and like eagle would die. But eagle can kill me. That's eagle. Imagine the list as leopard seal. This list is just too deadly, isn't it, for humans?
16. Leopard seals. Yeah, I had no idea these blobs were apex predators either. There have only been 2 documented cases of leopard seals attacking humans in recent history, with one of them being fatal. And I personally will not allow you to become one of those statistics. You're swimming in the Antarctic Ocean and a leopard seal has locked onto you. First, you must keep your eyes on the seal at all times, as you must be ready to counter its attacks. Luckily, the seal is only capable of memorizing too. Depending on what the seal is seeing will determine which attack it chooses. First, you must know which of these 2 body types you currently have. If you're built like figure 1, you can expect the bite and thrash attack. If you resemble shape 2, the seal will attempt the bite and drag attack, taking you deeper into the ocean to drown you. Now,
I was about to say that if you're in the water, simple fish can kill you because we're not supposed to be in the fucking water.
Now for the counter. You will begin by gouging the seal's eyes with both hands, as well as punching its snout with everything and anything you have. And once the seal sees that you're not worth the trouble, it will surely let go, allowing you to escape and swim to land. Obviously, once you're both on land, you've pretty much secured the win, since the seal's mobility is greatly compromised, and you can go ahead and finish him off with body shots. Number 15.
I'll German suplex it, basically there. I love this video. I so love this video, not just because of how fucked up the animals are, which is very casual geographic. But he's talking about how you can attack back, which is like, yeah, absurd. But it's gonna be fun.
Pythons. Now, surprisingly, this is the only apex predator on the list where you will have the option of simply walking away from the fight. But I know how it is. Sometimes our egos get the best of us, and we end up taking the fight anyway. There are only a few snakes in the world that are classified as apex predators and have also attacked humans. But don't worry, I'll be teaching you how to defeat them all. Let's start with the pythons. Now, if I'm going to teach you how to defeat a python, I might as well show you how to take out the largest one of them all, the reticulated python. This snake can reach a maximum weight of around 374 pounds and grow over 23 feet in length. If those stats make you nervous, stop embarrassing yourself. After all, are you really going to lose a fight to a girl? Since male pythons only grow to about half that size and are hardly even worth the battle. Let's begin. You've decided to stand your ground against the python. Now, the first thing you must do is keep the fight standing. This is very important for two reasons. One, it will prevent the snake from getting leverage and constricting at full strength. And two, it will prevent the spectators from booing. It will only be a matter of time before the snake gets a hold of you, so you must control its head while using your other hand to grab its tail and begin unwrapping it from your body. By this point, you will be covered in snake urine, so sliding him off shouldn't be an issue. Once you're free, push the snake away from you, and as long as the snake retreats, you've officially won the fight. If it chooses to return for more punishment...
What a horseshit. You can't unravel a python. They are made for that. They're insanely sturdy for that. They're flesh is made in a way that it will like contract. You won't be able to. That's why it can crush you. You think, I can generate more force than that python. I can't crush a human just by my bare hands. That thing can crush human and many bigger things. You're not gonna be unraveling shit. You're done basically. Have somebody shoot it or something. I don't know.
Repeat step 1. Number 14, giant otters. Pick it up, body slam it. Number 13, hyenas. In Africa, hyenas are known to attack humans that sleep outside.
Okay, river otters. Those shit are nightmares, by the way. I know casual geographic video. I think I have nightmares sometimes. Maybe I don't remember it when I wake up. I probably have nightmares about that. River otters and that sound and group attacks and yeah, not river otters. Fuck that.
During the hot summer months. And I will do whatever it takes to make sure you could do that safely. But okay, let's begin. You have just been woken up in the middle of the night by the sound of a crunch. That crunch was your leg, but that doesn't matter now. You have entered a street fight. And whether you live or get shredded to pieces depends entirely on how well you can memorize the following information. Thankfully, you were abruptly woken up from your sleep. So remembering this life or death advice shouldn't be a problem. First,
dude, have you ever had a stubbed toe? Just walk and hit something and how much it hurts? You think if something bites you in the leg, you're gonna fight? You're gonna scream like a bitch. We live in civilization. We live leisure life. We are not cavemen. A simple boo-boo is like, oh no. But then again, there are people, I don't know if I'm among them or not, who has this fight or flight response and adrenaline that just ignores all pain. I remember working out one day and saw blood all over my room, and then I realized I hurt myself in the leg. It was a really bad wound. I didn't realize that. So maybe I'm one of those people, but then again, maybe not.
You must remain completely calm. Stand your ground, and whatever you do, never give your back to the hyena. Now, the reason you must do this is to not seem like prey, so try your absolute best to look like a predator. But if that doesn't come naturally, just mirror whatever the hyena does. If it takes a step toward you, take a step toward the hyena. If the hyena lets out a cackle, let out a cackle as well. Eventually, the hyena will see that you're not worth the trouble and it will run away.
He crazy, man. He crazy. That's what it is. I don't know. Take out your phone and play a lion's clip. Lions roar. Probably run away. Or maybe attack you just out of spite.
Leaving you with an easy win and minimal damage. Now, of course, some hyenas, like the spotted hyena, attack in clans with numbers as high as 100. But this video only covers how to fight 1v1s, so you'll have to figure that one out yourself. Number 12, orcas. You may not know this, but orcas are some of the...
Number 12? Orcas are number 12? One of the smartest creature, and someone, I guess, chances are very low. They don't fuck with humans, that's why. But if you have to go 1v1, orcas are not number 12. It's one of the top contenders who'll fuck you up.
Easiest apex predators to defeat in the wild. Let me explain how these fights typically go. You are enjoying your day swimming in the open ocean, but unbeknownst to you, you have just entered a fight with an orca. As the killer whale breaches the water all around you, you just have to do what comes naturally, which is breaking out into a complete panic. And before you know it, the fight is over. We really are a lot scarier and more intimidating than we give ourselves credit for. Now, I'm
Bullshit. Orcas are so vicious. They do so fucked up thing. That would be NSFW. You wouldn't even make internet. That's how fucked up they are. They don't care about that. I'm pretty sure they would do much worse things to you.
must warn you, if this fight takes place in an unsanctioned cage fight, like the ones you see at SeaWorld, the odds of winning are pretty much non-existent. After all, us humans perform best in street fights, where there are no rules. Number 11, Komodo dragons. Since 1974, there have been 24 Komodo dragon attacks on humans, including 5 fatalities. But today, we'll put an end to that.
They can smell your blood from long distance. They can track you at long distance. They're insane. No, fuck that. Venom and everything. Right? They have venom. Yeah, I don't think
Once
so.
and for all. Let's begin. A Komodo dragon just made the worst decision of its life. It chose to start a fight with you. Lucky for you, you were prepared thanks to this video. Now, in the rare case where a Komodo dragon catches you on a bad day, where you're just not in the mood for a fight, you can simply sprint your way to a victory. Since they have terrible stamina and can only reach a pathetic speed of 13 miles per hour, the average human can sprint
But they can track you for long distances. I'm pretty sure of that.
around 14 miles per hour, so expect to dust him by at least a couple of feet. But if I know you like I think I do, I know that you would never turn down a fight with a Komodo dragon. So let's
Obviously.
begin. First, you must be aware of the Komodo dragon's bite. If this attack lands, it will one-shot you, since it's highly venomous. Next, you'll exploit the lizard's terrible mobility by running away from its charge attack in random zigzag patterns. You will repeat this counter until the lizard's stamina is completely drained. You will know you've reached this point when the lizard inevitably turns around and quits.
Yeah, no, I have good knowledge of jiu-jitsu. I'll like basically headlock it and like suplex the fuck out of it because that's how jiu-jitsu work. That's how it works.
This will be your chance to get creative and chain together whatever combos you desire, winning the fight by whatever you want. Number 10, King Cobras. King Cobras kill around 5 people per year, and you will not be one of them. Now, similar to the python, the choice of engaging in the fight is totally up to you, since the rare option of simply walking away is available. But I don't blame you if you want to teach the snake a lesson it will never forget. This fight always begins when you unexpectedly corner a king cobra, locking you into the 1v1. The first thing you must do is stay calm, remain as still as possible, and back away slowly to give yourself some space. Any fast movements here could initiate a strike, which again would one-shot you. Now, if you're Indian, you can simply pick up the snake and place it down in a more favorable location. But once you and the snake are in an
I was about to say that. Where I live, there are snakes probably, but not where I live. Let's just say, we live in civilization. The fuck you on about? So I have no fear of snakes in my own home because that shit, I know that shit would never happen. There would never be a snake in my home. There are people in India and even Australia and other places where it's like how rodents get into your house. Snakes can get into your house. I can't even process that shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know snake can fit into places? It's very small places. If you live in the area where there are snakes, just get into people. How? Look at that bed. Look at that. There is like arch behind the bed. There could be snake there. Go and look there. You see that curtain up there? Yeah, there is a chance snake could be wrapped behind it. You can't even see it. Because snakes like to play hide and seek. Very good at that shit. This is literally like looking over your shoulder, but amplified by a million. It's not about if you can take the snake. It's like you don't know where the fucking snake is. There have been snakes in top of the fan, like ceiling fan, where people can't see it. And when they start the fan, the fucking snake falls down. Do you understand that shit? I know that shit would never happen where I live. But there are places where people are like, oh, snakes, it's like spiders that just get everywhere. Fuck you, man. What do you mean? I would not live there. Walk away.
open area, you've pretty much won the fight. since the snake will take every opportunity it can to run away. Number 9. Jaguars. Real quick, for the two of you out there that
You're
prefer
dead.
to avoid this fight, let me get you out of the way first. You've just stumbled across a jaguar in the wild. The first thing you must do is avoid eye contact at all costs, since the cat will interpret this as a challenge. Thankfully, we mastered this skill a long time ago, so this shouldn't be an issue. Next, you must back away very slowly without ever turning your back on the cat, as any fast movements here can trigger the jaguar's
Jaguar are the assassins of the big cats. There's no fucking way you're surviving that if they want to kill you. You're dead. I'm sorry, you're dead.
predator instinct. If you did all of that correctly, your odds of surviving the encounter should be decent. Now, with those two bozos out of the way, time to talk to the rest of you who are itching to let your hands go. So let the mental warfare begin. First, you must make yourself look as big as possible, lifting your shirt, backpack, child, or whatever other disposable items you may have. Next, begin to shout at the cat in a stern voice. This should intimidate the cat. In the rare instance that the cat chooses to attack, you must stand your ground and protect your head at all costs, as it will attempt to crush your skull. In many instances, if the jaguar's initial bite fails, the odds of it fleeing are very high. But if it does manage to latch onto you, you must punch and elbow the cat's eye.
It will go for your neck, buddy, not your hands. Making yourself look big doesn't do a... Jaguars are assassins. They're surgical. They don't give a fuck how big you look. They attack bears and God knows what, like crocodiles. Crocodiles run the fuck away when they see jaguars. Do you understand that shit? Do you understand the level of shit we're talking about? Jaguar. Do you know what jaguar is? Jaguar's not cheetah. Jaguar's jaguar. You're fucked. If anything, this is like, this is not worth the thing and walk away. If not, you're dead. You're just wasting time.
Eyes and snout with all of your power to convince the cat that you're not to be messed with. Remember, others have successfully backed down a jaguar attack, so you can too. And before you know it, you will be the one standing in the jungle covered in the cat's blood.
Look at this crying. Oh no, I lost. Said no jaguar ever.
And asking for more. Number 8, mountain lions. In North America, there have been around 30 fatal mountain lion attacks since 1868. Mountain lions are ambush predators, but there are many videos here on YouTube where they change their play style and instigate fights with humans head on. And that's the style of fight we will be focusing on. Now, the most common mistake people make when they encounter an aggressive mountain lion is believing that they are in any real danger to begin with, since the 1v1 was against their dog. Now, assuming you're alone, the fight has become much easier. First, you must never break eye contact with the cat. Run away, crouch down, or turn your back to the animal. But once you're dialed in, let the mental warfare begin. Start by yelling at it. Next, lift your shirt over your head and appear larger. And lastly,
this does work against like something like cougar or leopards for some reason. It does work. There are videos of people that are screaming and go away and just like doing like where like they'll slowly walk away. Unless there's a cub nearby, at that point you're probably dead. Better safe than sorry. That's how these mothers work. They'll just kill you. But there's something like jaguar, tiger, lion, like it's pretty sure you're dead. There's nothing you can do.
swing your arms wildly to show off your insane speed. This will remind the cat that it is incredibly outmatched. In the rare chance that this doesn't work, you will have to initiate plan 2, which is walking the entire trail backwards as the cat continuously charges at you, in the hopes that you will trip and fall. But this next step is crucial if you want to win. Quickly grab a rock from the floor and toss it in the direction of the cat, which will quickly scare it off. There's only one video on all of YouTube where a guy does exactly that.
This is the one I was talking about, and I knew as soon as he's talking about this video. I'm pretty sure there was a cub involved here, which is like, how the fuck did this guy survive?
Which means it works 100% of the time. Number 7, alligators. There are an average 10 to 15 alligator attacks per year.
Alligator, I'll just kick alligator, I'll just fly off. Alligator, I'm crocodile, let's talk about crocodile, that's different. Alligator, who gives a fuck? I'm sure alligators are very small, doesn't do anything.
With around 2 of those being fatal, most of them occurring in Florida. And I want to make sure that you guys can enjoy Florida's amazing weather, the entire 3 months of it. Rule number 1, never enter the water in states that have alligators, as a fight there is a guaranteed loss. With that out of the way, let's begin. An alligator has decided to gamble its life by entering into a street fight with you. This matchup shouldn't be a problem, as you will have many options from the start. You can taunt the takedown, baiting the alligator's charge attack, which is easily countered by sprinting in a straight line, quickly depleting the alligator's stamina bar. Of course, you can further slow it down by spamming calf kicks, reducing its mobility further. Another option is simply running around it in a circle, taking advantage of its terrible turning radius. At this point, it's only a matter of time before the alligator admits defeat and leaving you with an easy W. Number 6. Bears. Over 40 people are attacked by bears every single year. But today, it all stops. Grizzly bears and polar bears have obviously
the most dominant predator on the planet, who can fuck up a tiger, a lion, as I learned and got surprised. Bears are fucked up. I know there are people who scared the bear away. Not really. Bear just like, let's not bother with it or something. Bear's stomach was full or something. There was never an issue anyway, right? There's no fighting bear. There's just not. If you're Brock Lesnar, 6'3", 300 pounds of pure athletic muscle, there's still no fighting bear. So this conversation's over.
Into the tank build, so they're going to require as much knowledge as possible to defeat. I will cover both fighting strategies, so by the end of this section, you will be completely comfortable around both of them. Let's start with the easier of the two, the grizzly bear. A grizzly bear typically enters a fight when it's threatened, has cubs, or is caught by surprise. That's why I highly recommend you carry a Bluetooth speaker and play it at maximum volume anytime you're in a public park, which would be greatly appreciated by other visitors. Now, if by some reason a bear is crazy enough to pick a fight with you, don't worry. You'll be prepared for just that. First, you'll need to warm up by curling up into the fetal position and playing dead. Now, make sure to hold this power stance, even if the bear begins to chain together attacks. And with a little bit of luck and a lot of heart, the bear should eventually back off, seeing that you're a tank build as well. Now, fighting a polar bear is
you probably won't be able to walk again because your spine is probably broken after those strikes.
Basically the complete opposite of what you just learned. Unlike the grizzly bear, the polar bear will attempt to eat you if it's slightly hungry. He'll basically take a look at you and think to himself, yeah, I could eat. Which has happened around 75 times since the 1870s. Luckily,
polar bears are such an extreme environment and with such a scarcity of food. You're food at that point. There's nothing to do about it.
If you're in a pinch, playing dead against a polar bear will end the fight very quickly, in about 3 bites or so. If a polar bear locks onto you, you must try your best to look intimidating, doing all the usual tactics. And if you're attacked, you must fight back with everything you have, targeting its eyes and nose.
Body shots.
You're probably thinking,
body shots, like how Stipe fought against Daniel Cormier, right? Daniel's like, oh, I'm undefeated, and like this body shot. Daniel couldn't do anything about it. I don't know what this is. Body shot. Oh, I'm so surprised. Body shot. And there you go. Stipe is the world heavyweight champion now. This is that. It's body shot the polar bear. You won't know. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Physical attacks won't do much to a polar bear. Wrong. And to prove that, there's even a famous saying. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. And if it's white, good night. So obviously, physical
That's
attacks
why, good night, because good night to the bear, not yourself, by the way. That's the important distinction.
Number 5, wolf. With around 500 wolf attacks around the world since 2002, this is a matchup you need to get familiar with. I'm just gonna say it now. I don't want to read in my comments that you were attacked by a wolf after this video drops. Alright, let's begin. First things first, let me cover what you should never do. Don't run. You're not fast nor agile enough. And never bring your dog to wolf country, as they're known to provoke an attack. So quickly take them out. With that out of the way, let the fight begin. You must stand your ground and keep eye contact at all.
Yeah, you don't want to run against wolf. Wolf literally wants you to run. If the prey is not running away, wolves get confused what to do. Like, they want you to run away.
Times. Do all of the usual things to appear as large and intimidating as possible. This should make the wolf think twice before attacking you head on. If the animal does charge, it will more than likely latch itself onto your arm, which sadly means he fell right into your trap. As you let elbows rain down on its eyes, snout, and head, the wolf will have no option but to retreat. If the 12 to 6 elbows are not having an effect,
it's just like, like illegal elbows from UFC. I don't think it's illegal anymore. Illegal elbows and like chokehold and just like, go to sleep. There you go.
Begin gouging its eyes. And if that doesn't work either, you will have to resort to dirty and cheap tactics. Blowing on his face. Number 4, sharks. These 3 sharks have been responsible for thousands of attacks on humans, averaging around 70 per year. But we can all agree, it stops today. Now, you would think since this fight takes place in the ocean that this would present some issues. Wrong. With the correct knowledge, a shark doesn't stand a chance. After all, the ocean was our first home. You are enjoying a beautiful day at the beach, snorkeling at a reef.
So
when
sucks.
suddenly, this wall closes behind you. First, you must remain calm and slowly work your way towards the shore or boat as you maintain eye contact with the shark. This is because sharks specialize in the surprise attack. Usually, awkward eye contact is enough to stop an attack. But in rare instances, the shark might be determined enough to approach. If he does, gently push his snout away from you. But if for some reason it gets aggressive and turns back around, this is when you'll introduce him to your legs and fist, striking its snout, eyes, and gills. Now that you're loose out there, it's time.
You're floating in water with what force? Where is the force coming from? You're literally buoyant. You're floating right now. I don't even know, man. All the physics breaks down. They're like, how are you gonna what?
To go for the finish. Simply flip the shark upside down, initiating the tonic immobility move, a
There you
KO that will leave the shark in a state of paralysis, instantly ending the fight. Of course, if the shark is a fully grown great white, it will be extremely difficult to flip over, so that fight will just end the way it typically does, with the shark getting a mouthful of preservatives, GMOs, and food dyes, and leaving in pure disgust. Number 3. Tigers. Finally a fair matchup. There are around 100 fatalities each year from tigers alone,
Look at that
mainly
thick boy.
in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Indonesia. So for those of you who plan on visiting, pay attention. But for the majority of you, go ahead and skip to the next section. You are now in a fight with a tiger. Let's first cover what not to do. Don't run, crouch, lay down, or play dead. This is basically handing the tiger a win, and that's not what we're about on this channel. Next, never approach a tiger if it has cubs, since you will surely be outnumbered. And last but not least, never urinate on yourself. I'm not kidding. Urinating is seen as a form of aggression. With that out of the way, let's talk about what you need to do to
I
win.
mean, the stink, man. Are you kidding me? Like, that's an insult. Imagine you have like such a strong smell and everything, and you're just like, oh, what the fuck? You kidding me right now, man?
You must stay calm. Back away slowly to give yourself some space. Make yourself seem as large and intimidating as possible. If the tiger still decides that you're a pipsqueak, this would be the time to show him what you're made of. Like always, you offer your weak arm and begin to attack the eyes, ears, and nose using rocks, sticks, and fists. Once you get sick of being dragged around, you can use your free arm and stick it down its throat, hitting its gag reflex and releasing you. I didn't make that up. This guy did. If all else fails,
If you punch the UFC heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall, or even like Francis Ngannou, if you punch him, what would happen? Bam. What the fuck was that? That's that. Do you know how big and muscular and strong tiger is? Bengal tiger, proper Bengal tiger, can claw swipe and crack a fucking cement wall. With enough force, it can crack a lion's skull with just one swipe. That's how strong and muscular a tiger is. You're punching the tiger. Like, huh, what was that? I know this is a joke and like this, like funny joke where like you're gonna attack. But even the joke doesn't make sense when it's a tiger. Let's just get that straight. Tiger is basically a UFC heavyweight champion level of animal. No other animal comes close at that level. The level of muscle mass that thing has. The athletic monster that is. It can jump like 10, 15 feet. It's like it's nothing. Standing jump.
climb the nearest tree. Tigers are terrible climbers and will more than likely leave the match instead of doing any real work.
Yeah, but it can jump that high though. It doesn't have to climb if it can just jump to you.
Number 2, lions. With hundreds of attacks per year, this matchup isn't one you can sleep on. Let's begin with what not to do. You must never run, crouch, lay on the floor, play dead, or climb any trees, as that will make you an easy target. First, you must begin with the mental warfare. Make yourself look as large and scary as possible. If this doesn't work, the lion will more than likely use its charge attack, stopping a few feet away from you to see how you react. Obviously, a pathetic attack like this doesn't have much of an effect. But if the lion is crazy enough to commit to an attack, it will attempt to go for your neck. So keep your hands up and be ready to sleep him. Now, if the straight right down the pipe doesn't connect, the lion will probably latch itself onto your arm, chest, or leg. From here, it's time to make him pay. Chain together elbows, fists, uppercuts, rocks, and stick attacks to his eyes, ears, and muzzle. Remember, many humans have made lions quit by using rocks, and you have something much stronger than rocks. Heart. And with a little bit of spit and elbow grease, you should squeak your way to a W. Number 1, Crocodile.
Oh man, there you go. It's all about heart. Just give an inspirational speech and it will cry and run away. It won't attack you again. Yeah. Lion ain't shit, man. Right? Lion will run to you and just like look at you and like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what you talking about, son? Lion just like do like if you're any muscular, just take off your shirt and start to flex and do bodybuilding poses. That will threaten it. It will run away. It sees your abs, it runs away.
Crocodiles. Does it get any more pathetic than these guys?
Seriously.
Camping the water's edge and one-shotting humans for
Stupid lizard, small lizard just walking. Who gives a fuck?
thousands of years is starting to get old. This might come as a surprise, but crocodiles attack humans more than any other apex predator on Earth. With as many as 1,000 fatal attacks per year, this is a matchup you can no longer ignore. Some of these crocodiles...
All the tigers usually avoid humans because they're seen as easy prey unless they get injured and then they attack humans because it's easier to eat them. How much of a pussy a crocodile is that it always attacks humans because it can't attack anything else. Pussy.
Currently have a 63% win rate, so I think it's about time we lower it. Right, let's begin with what not to do. As tempting as it may be, never get in crocodile-infested waters, or even approach the water's edge, as that is where the majority of losses occur. Saltwater and Nile crocodiles are the two species that view humans as prey, so it's your job to change their mind. A saltwater crocodile has just locked onto you. First, keep your distance, as the croc will more than likely spam its charge attack, which is easily countered by sprinting in a straight line. This is because the attack maxes out at 20 to 30 meters before it drains its entire stamina bar. While it struggles to recover, you will toss your shirt over its eyes, which puts the crocodile in a relaxed, trance-like state. This is when you'll want to quickly circle behind it and rip some body shots. Of course, these will have no effect.
You know, like grab it, put your shoulder down with the resting position, and then start ground and pound, hammer fist to the face. You get technical points. Just by technicality, you'll win this match.
But are crucial in tenderizing the meat if you plan on eating him. And once the crocodile recovers, just rinse and repeat. You will know the fight is over when the croc no longer moves, due to the buildup of lactic acid in its legs and blood. The lack of movement could also indicate that the croc has simply died. I'm not kidding. Apparently, if crocodiles overexert themselves, they just die. Which is one of the most pathetic moves I've ever heard of. Taking it so far.
I mean, yeah, their heart is so weak, it gives out. They're such pussies, they can't attack any other animal, they have to attack humans. It's just like, yeah, it's pathetic.
As to not admit defeat.
There you go. Fuck crocodile. This is the greatest video I've ever seen. I loved it. Like, it's 30 minutes. I didn't realize that this video was 30 minutes. This is how much I love this video. Good enough, you're more than good enough. Keep going, please. This shit was next level. This is better than all your other video because you created another type of video, like another type of like scripting where you make fun and make jokes and everything. Keep doing this shit. And if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next time.